Hello, welcome back. And we want to review something before we get started to look at chapter 2. I just want to make sure that we understand what is the good practice for programming. We can go back and take a look at our old program. Hello, my name. So first, if you look at this program, there's a warning here. If you scroll up the mouse or move your cursor on the top, it says resource leak. Keyboard is never closed. So whenever you want to use a scanner, it's very important that you want to close that. When you close, you need to use the instance.close whenever you're done using it. So for example, we create an instance named keyboard from scanner and we start to use it right here to read in an integer. And also right here, we use it again to read in a string. So since we are done using it, right after this point, you need to close it. So I'm going to close it at the end, which is very common, by calling the instance name dot close. Now the reason that we want to close is, you see the warning signs go away. The reason that we want to close is we don't want to leave the connection between the keyboard, which is the system input. We don't want to leave it open because they can cause a resource leak. It's a resource leak. What is that? Resource leak is just like in old time programming like C, C++. You normally need to close whenever you open the connection between the program and system input or system output. Like in this case, our system input is from keyboard. So when we finish reading the file or the input system into our program, then we want to close it. Otherwise, it still leave it open. That means your portion of memory is still open. That can cause a resource leak. Pretty much just your memory is going to be a lot of data coming in, which you can leave it open. And when you talk about allocation of memory, it's going to be a dynamic allocation. That means it can cause to fill up your memory really quick. And then you get to a point that your computer is just slowing down because you don't have enough resources. So that's what it is. So we like to close that. In Java, we may not see that is a problem because Java has the JRE, which is going to take care of that. JRE or the JVM, which is the Java Virtual Machine. So the next good practice is, normally we like to declare, like when we say declare, this is a declare. So we like to declare a all the variables first before, like in the beginning of your program, right inside your main method right there, before you're using it, just like that. Same, you may see that scanner keyboard, we can do that too. And image column, and then you can say keyboard. Also string name. The sequence of this is doesn't matter, but this is some good practice. Capitalize your class name, lowercase for the instance name or the variable's name. This is instance name, instead of the scanner class name keyboard. This is a variable as a type as int. Another variables, which is the type as string, lowercase stem method name, and always declare all your instance or the variable names in the top of the program before you use them, and close your scanner or the keyboard instance of the scanner. Alright, so this should work the same after you run this program. Enter your age, enter your name. Alright, so now next I would like to talk about next here. When you use next, if you look at this program again, I am going to enter full name. So you may see that your program cannot read full name. The reason is next will only read until you see white space. So that's why it's only read up to first name. So how do we fix this? To fix this, what you can do is you can use next line. Okay. So now when you want to use next line, it's going to read until the enter key. Like for example, when you type your name, full name, you can hit enter. So that's why it's going to stop and go to new line. It's going to read the whole statement. But when you do this, one thing that we have to be careful. Let me run the program and you see what I mean right there. It's also going to jump right away without giving you a chance to type the name. Why? Because next line happen to read the enter key at the end when you do type 8 and do enter. So it's thought that this is the enter key, that's why it jump. So what we're going to do to fix this, one way is we can either try to clear that next line, which is from the enter key when you hit 8 and then you hit enter, and then it's going to read that enter key and then prompt enter your name, and then it's going to start to read the full name in. So let's try that. So we just fixed the problem.